My wife texted me. I am in New York City with the girls. I extended the trip to 2 weeks. We are having an amazing time. I replied, I hope you and Derek are having a great time. A divorce petition is waiting for you here. I immediately blocked her on everything. Then her panicked parents started calling me. I was sitting at my desk when my phone rang. A text from my wife. She had been in New York City for a week already, supposedly with 3 of her girlfriends from work. The message was cheerful, almost too cheerful. Hey honey, we are having an incredible time here. The girls and I decided to extend the trip for another 2 weeks. You do not mind, right? New York City is simply magical. I miss you. I stared at the screen for a good 30 seconds. Then I replied, I hope you and Derek are really enjoying New York City. The divorce papers will be waiting for you when you get back. I hit send. Then I blocked her. Blocked on all social media, on email, everything. My hands were steady. No shaking, no doubt. I had 3 weeks to prepare for this moment. 3 weeks earlier, I had noticed a charge on our joint credit card, $368 at a boutique hotel downtown. We lived 20 minutes from downtown. When I asked her for an explanation, she said it was a work event, a company retreat. Funny coincidence, her company posts everything on their website. No retreat that weekend. Then came the messages. She started putting her phone face down, taking calls in another room, smiling at her screen when she thought I was not looking. Classic signs. No, but I am not the jealous type. I needed proof. So I checked our cell phone account online. I happened to be the primary account holder. I could see all the numbers she had contacted by text or call. One number kept popping up. Late at night, early in the morning, on weekends. I did a reverse lookup. Derek Lawson. He worked in her office in the sales department. I did not confront her, not yet. Instead, I logged into our cloud storage. Her phone synced automatically. Deleted messages are not so deleted when they are stored in the cloud. I spent a whole Saturday reading months of conversations while she was supposedly at the gym. The messages were detailed. Plans to meet up, complaints about me. How I was boring, predictable, how I did not excite her anymore. How Derek made her feel alive. How they had been involved in an inappropriate relationship for 6 months. 6 months. Then came her brilliant idea, a trip to New York City. But here's the thing. She told me it was with Melissa, Jenna, and Haley from her office. I knew Melissa well. We had dinner with her and her husband twice. So I did something simple. I sent a text to Melissa. Just a casual thing. Hey, I hope you girls are having a blast in New York City. Send pictures. Her reply came in 5 minutes. New York City? I am in Florida at my parents' house. What are you talking about? That is when I knew. She was not with the girls. She was with Derek. I called a lawyer that very day. Tuesday afternoon, I was sitting in Marcus Reed's office laying it all out. The credit card statements, the phone records, the cloud backups, everything. This is pretty clear, he said, flipping through the papers. With this evidence, we can move fast. Does she know that you know? Not yet. Good, keep it that way. Let me file the papers. We will have everything ready, and you can serve her when she returns. I paid his retainer. $2,000. That hurt. But I had saved up. I worked as a project coordinator for a construction company, making $64,000 a year. It was not a lot, but I had been careful. I had about $72,000 in a separate account she did not know about, money I had set aside for a down payment on a house someday. That dream was dead now, but at least I had options. The week she left for New York City with the girls, I acted methodically. I changed the password to our Netflix account. Petty, but it would annoy her. I separated our finances, opened a new checking account, and rerouted my direct deposit, removed my name from our apartment lease when it came up for renewal the following month. The landlord was understanding when I explained I was moving out. I even called her parents without telling them everything. Just that we were having serious problems, and I wanted them to hear it from me first. They sounded concerned, but did not press the issue. They would soon enough. By the time she sent that message about extending her trip, I was ready. The papers were filed. A process server was on standby. Her perfect little situation was about to become everyone's business. My phone started ringing 15 minutes after I sent my reply. Her parents. I let it go to voicemail. Then her mom called back again and again. I blocked them too. An hour later, someone knocked on my apartment door. I looked through the peephole. Her dad, Robert Harrison, was standing there looking furious. I opened the door, but did not invite him in. What the hell is going on? He demanded. Your wife is in New York City having a meltdown because you sent her some insane text about a divorce. What are you thinking? I am thinking she is not in New York City with her girlfriends, I said calmly. She is down there with Derek Lawson from her office. They have been involved in an inappropriate relationship for 6 months. His face went white. That is not true. It is true. I have the messages, the hotel receipts, everything. She lied to you. She lied to me, and now she is panicking because she got caught. You cannot throw a marriage away over a misunderstanding. It is not a misunderstanding. It is a choice she made. Multiple times, for half a year. He tried to argue. But I was done. I am not discussing this with you. The papers are filed. She will be served when she returns. Have a good evening. I shut the door. He stood there for a minute. Then I heard his footsteps walking away. My phone was blowing up now. Messages from her friends, her brother, people I barely knew. Everyone wanted to know what was going on. I ignored all of it. Instead, I poured myself a drink, sat on the couch, turned on a game, and felt something I had not felt in months. Peace. She had made her choice. Now she was going to have to live with it. The next morning, I woke up in silence. No frantic calls, no emergency texts. She must have figured out that I blocked her everywhere. Good. I made coffee and checked my emails. Marcus had sent the draft of the divorce petition. Irreconcilable differences, division of assets. The whole thing. I read it twice, made a few notes, and sent it back. My phone rang, unknown number. I almost did not answer, but something pushed me to pick up. Hello, you absolute coward. It was her, calling from a number I did not recognize. You block me? Are you serious right now? Completely serious. I cannot believe you are accusing me of this. I am in New York City with my friends, and you are having a paranoid meltdown. You are in New York City with Derek. Melissa is in Florida. Jenna is at home with her kids. Haley never left town. Do you want me to keep going? Silence. Yeah, I called them. It took me about 10 minutes to confirm you lied about everything, so drop the act. Okay. Her voice changed, becoming softer. Okay. Yes, Derek is here, but it is not what you think. We are just friends. He had a business trip and I tagged along, that is all. Friends do not book hotel rooms together. Friends do not send messages about how the other makes them feel. Friends do not complain about their boring husbands who do not understand them. You read my messages? She sounded horrified, like I was the one who had done something wrong. Every word. Cloud backup is a beautiful thing. 6 months of proof, the late-night calls, the downtown hotel, everything. She started crying. The same fake tears she used before when she wanted something. Please, listen to me. I made a mistake. We can fix this. No, we cannot. I already filed for divorce. You will be served when you get back. You cannot do this. We can go to therapy. We can work on it. I'm not interested in working on anything. You chose this. You wanted excitement. Congratulations. Now you get to be excited about finding a new place to live. Where am I supposed to go? Not my problem. Maybe Derek has a spare room. I hung up, blocked that number too. Work was strange that day. I did my job, checked some project deadlines, sent a few emails. Nobody knew anything yet. My boss, Kevin Marshall, stopped by my desk around lunchtime. Everything okay? You seem off. Personal stuff. I will manage. All right. Let me know if you need anything. I appreciated that. Kevin was a decent guy. He did not pry, did not push, just offered support and moved on. That evening, I went over to my buddy Tyler's place. He had been my friend since college, one of the few people I really trusted. His wife, Hannah, opened the door. Hey, come on in. Tyler is in the garage. I found him working on his truck, hands covered in grease. He looked up when I walked in. What is going on? I am getting a divorce. He put down his wrench. What? I told him everything. The inappropriate relationship, the fake trip to New York City, the messages. He listened without interrupting, which I appreciated. When I finished, he just shook his head. Man, I am sorry. That is rough. It is what it is. Do you need anything? A place to crash? A drink? I am good. I just wanted to tell someone who would not try to talk me out of it. He nodded. You are making the right call. Anyone who does that does not deserve a second chance. Hannah made us dinner. We did not talk about it much after that. Just watched some football and hung out. It felt normal, which was what I needed. By Thursday, the news was spreading. Her co-workers were starting to find out. Someone from her office, a guy named Travis that I had met once at a company party, sent me a message. Hey man, I heard what happened. Just wanted to say, a lot of us had no idea about Derek and your wife. It is messed up. If you need anything, let me know. I thanked him. It turned out their relationship was an open secret at the office. People suspected, but nobody said anything. Company policy, I guess, do not get involved in other people's drama. But now, it was no longer just drama, it was a mess. And Derek was starting to feel the heat. I snooped around a bit. It turned out their company had a strict policy on employee relationships. They had to be reported to human resources. He had not done that, which meant he had been violating company policy for months. I sent an anonymous email to their human resources department attaching screenshots of the messages without signing my name. Without making it personal, just forwarded the evidence and let it be. Friday afternoon, I got a call from an unknown number, a different one again this time. I answered. Stop what you were doing. It was Derek. His voice was shaking. Who is this? You know who this is. Stop sending stuff to our company. This is between you and your wife. Wrong. You made it my business when you decided to get involved with a married woman. Now you deal with the consequences. I could lose my job over this. Well, maybe next time you will think twice before getting involved with a married woman. Are you being vindictive? No, I am being fair. You both lied. You both crossed serious lines. You will both face what comes next. Do not call me again. I hung up and blocked that number too. That weekend, I started packing. The apartment lease was in both our names, but I had already talked to the landlord. I would be out of there by the end of the month, finding a smaller place on the other side of town, a cheaper one-bedroom, closer to work. It was not much, but it was mine. Saturday night, I was packing books when someone knocked on the door. I checked the peephole. Her brother, Connor. I opened the door. What? We need to talk. No, we do not. Look, I know you are mad, but she is my sister. She is falling apart over there. Can you not just hear her out when she gets back? She had 6 months to tell me the truth. She chose not to. Now she deals with it. People make mistakes. It was not a mistake. A mistake is forgetting to buy milk. This was a choice. Every message, every date, every lie, all choices. He tried to argue, but I was not interested. I do not owe her anything, not my time, not my forgiveness, nothing. She destroyed this marriage. I am just making it official. I shut the door. Sunday, I went to the gym, lifted weights, ran a few miles, cleared my head. When I got home, there was a note taped to my door. Please call me. We need to talk. I am coming home early. I crumpled it up and threw it away. She would be back Tuesday. The process server was ready. Her fantasy trip was about to end, and the consequences were just beginning. I did not feel angry anymore, just determined. She wanted to play games, fine, but I was not playing. I was ending it. Tuesday came faster than expected. I took the day off, told Kevin I had some personal business to handle. He did not ask questions. I spent the morning finishing the packing. Most of my things were already in boxes. The apartment looked empty, stripped of everything that mattered to me. I had taken my clothes, my books, my tools, left the furniture. None of it mattered anyway. Around 2 in the afternoon, I heard a key in the lock. The door opened, and there she was, suitcase in hand, looking exhausted. Her eyes were red, makeup smeared. She had probably been crying on the plane. She saw me sitting on the couch and froze. You are here. It is still my apartment for 2 weeks. After that, it is all yours. She dropped her suitcase and walked toward me. Please, can we just talk? Really talk. Nothing to say. Yes, there is. I made a terrible mistake. I know that now. But we can fix this. We can go to therapy, work on it together. You keep saying that word. We. There is no we anymore. She sat on the other end of the couch, trying to compose herself. I love you. I never stopped loving you. Funny way of showing it. I got confused. Derek paid attention to me, made me feel special. But it did not mean anything. It was just a distraction. A 6-month distraction. That is devotion. Her face twisted. Why are you being so cruel? Cruel? You lied to everyone, your parents, your friends, me. You took money from our joint account to fund your situation. You booked hotels, sent messages about how boring I was, planned secret trips, and I am the cruel one. I did not mean those things I said about you. If you meant them, own it. You meant every word. You just did not expect to get caught. She tried a different approach, moved closer, put her hand on my arm. I miss you, I miss us. Not you. I pulled my arm away. Well, we had died 6 months ago when you decided that Derek was more interesting than your marriage. It is over with him, completely over. I told him it was done. Good for you. It changes nothing. She stood up, frustrated now. So this is it. You are just going to throw away 5 years of marriage. I am not throwing anything away. You already did. The doorbell rang. Perfect timing. I got up and answered it. A woman in her 40s stood there with a clipboard. Delivery for Brooke Harrison. My wife appeared behind me. That is me. The woman handed her an envelope. You have been served. Have a good day. She walked away. My wife stared at the envelope like it was a bomb. Open it, I said. She did. Her hands were shaking as she read the divorce petition. Are you serious about this? Completely serious. In the apartment, our things, keep the furniture. I already moved my stuff. The lease is in both our names until next month. Then you can renew it alone or find somewhere else. Up to you. Where are you going to live? I already have a place, a 1-bedroom across town. I am moving in this weekend. She looked around the apartment, realizing how empty it was. You planned all this while I was gone. I had plenty of time. You extended your trip, remember? Her phone buzzed. She checked it, and her face went pale. What? I got fired. They just sent the email. I said nothing. You did this. You told my company about Derek. Someone informed Human Resources that you were violating company policy. Employee relationships have to be reported. You did not do it. This is your fault. You ruined my career. No, you did it yourself. I just made sure the right people knew what was going on. She threw her phone across the room. It hit the wall and cracked. I have nothing left now. No job, no husband. Nothing. You should have thought about that before getting on a plane to New York City with your coworker. I hate you. Good. That makes the divorce easier. She grabbed her suitcase and rushed into the bedroom. I heard her crying in there, throwing things. I did not care. My phone buzzed. Message from Marcus, my lawyer. Server confirms delivery. We are on track. Hearing scheduled in 6 weeks. She has 20 days to respond. I replied thanks. An hour later, her parents arrived. This time, both of them. Her mom Elizabeth looked like she had been crying. Her dad Robert looked ready to fight. I opened the door, but did not let them in. Our daughter is in there having a breakdown, Elizabeth said. What did you do to her? I divorced her for betraying our marriage. That is what I did. She made a mistake. People make mistakes. For 6 months. It is not a mistake, it is a pattern. Robert stepped forward. You need to be reasonable. Work this out, go to therapy. I am not interested in therapy with someone who lied to my face for half a year. Marriage is about forgiveness. Marriage is also about fidelity. She broke that. We are done. Elizabeth tried a softer approach. Please, think about it. She loves you. She is sorry. Can you not give her another chance? No, why not? Because I do not trust her anymore. I will never trust her again, and I am not going to spend the rest of my life wondering if she is telling the truth or planning her next situation. Robert's face turned red. You are selfish. I am smart. Your daughter destroyed this marriage. I am just making it legal. I shut the door. They knocked a few more times, but I ignored them. Eventually, they left. That evening, she came out of the bedroom. Her eyes were swollen, face blotchy. She looked broken. Can I ask you something? What? Did you ever love me? Yes. Until you chose someone else. I never chose him over you. Yes, you did. Every time you sent him a message, every time you lied about where you were going, every time you deleted a message, you chose him. She sat on the floor, back against the wall. I do not know what to do now. Figure it out. You are an adult. Where am I supposed to go? I do not have a job anymore. Your parents have a house. Stay there or find a roommate. Not my problem. Are you really not going to help me at all? Help you after what you did? She looked at me with something like disbelief. You have changed. You are not the person I married anymore. You are right. I am not. The person you married probably would have taken you back, believed your excuses, and tried to make things work. But that person does not exist anymore. You killed him. I grabbed my jacket and my keys. I am leaving. I will be back tomorrow to get the rest of my boxes. Do not be here. I walked out. Drove to Tyler's place. He and Hannah saw me and knew. It is done, I said. Good, replied Tyler. Do you want a drink? Yeah, actually. We sat in his garage drinking and not saying much. Sometimes that is all you need, just someone who understands without having to explain. By the time I left, it was past midnight. I drove to a cheap hotel near my new apartment. Slept there for the night. The next morning, I went back to the apartment. She was gone. Left a note on the counter. I hope you are happy. You destroyed everything. I crumpled it up and threw it in the trash. Then I loaded the last boxes into my truck and drove away without looking back once. The new apartment was smaller, but it was mine. 1 bedroom, decent kitchen, parking spot included. I spent the first weekend setting everything up. Bed, couch, television, the basics, nothing fancy. But I did not need fancy. I needed peace. Monday morning, I was back at work. Kevin noticed I looked lighter. Personal stuff sorted out. Getting there. Good. We have the Riverside project starting next week. I need you on your game for that. Work was a welcome distraction, deadlines, budget, meetings with contractors, simple problems with clear solutions. Nothing like my personal life had been. Around lunchtime, my phone rang. Unknown number. I almost ignored it, but answered anyway. Stop avoiding me. It was Derek again. Different number. How many phones do you have? I lost my job because of you. My career is destroyed. Your career is destroyed because you could not control yourself. Do not blame me for your choices. She told me you were practically separated, that the marriage was over. I laughed. A genuine, real laugh. And you believe that? Classic line, man. She manipulated you. What? We were not separated. We did not have problems. Everything was fine until you came along. She lied to you the same way she lied to me. Silence on the other end. Think about it. If she lies to her husband of 5 years, why would she not lie to you? You were just convenient. That is not true. Believe what helps you sleep at night, but we are done here. Do not call back. I blocked the number. Third time is the charm. That evening, I stopped at Target to pick up groceries. Basic stuff, nothing major. I was in the cereal aisle when I ran into Melissa, the coworker my wife had pretended to be in New York City with. Hey, she said, looking uncomfortable. I heard what happened. I am really sorry. Not your fault. I feel terrible. She used my name to cover her trip. I had no idea. I know. That is why I sent you a message to check. She moved her basket. A lot of people at the office are talking about it. Derek got fired. Your wife too. It is a real mess. Yeah. Well, actions have consequences. For what it is worth, I think you handled it the right way. She did not deserve a second chance after that. I appreciated her saying it. We talked for a few more minutes, then went our separate ways. Wednesday, I got a call from Marcus. She filed her response to the divorce petition. Wants to contest it. On what grounds? She claims that you abandoned the marriage, that you refused therapy. Basically, trying to play the victim. Can she do that? She can try. But with the evidence we have, it will not work. The situation is pretty clear-cut. The judge will not care that you did not want to go to therapy after she betrayed the marriage. Good. Another thing, she is asking for spousal support. I almost dropped my phone. Are you kidding? She claims to have lost her job because of the divorce and needs financial help to get back on her feet. She lost her job because she violated company policy. That has nothing to do with me. I know, we will fight it. Do not worry. But be prepared. She is going to make this difficult. Let her try. That Friday, Tyler invited me to a barbecue at his place. Small thing, just a few friends. I almost said no, but I figured I should get out of the apartment. When I arrived, Hannah pulled me aside. Your ex-wife came to my work yesterday. What? She came to the clinic, asked to speak to me, wanted me to convince you to drop the divorce. What did you tell her? I told her to leave, that she had no business at my workplace. She started crying, said she had made a mistake and that you were not listening to her. I am not listening to her. Good. She is manipulative. I never liked her much, but I kept quiet because you seemed happy. Now I know why I had that feeling. We joined the group. Tyler was grilling burgers. A few buddies of his from work were there. Normal conversation, normal evening. Nobody mentioned the divorce unless I did. Around 9 in the evening, I got a message from an unknown number. Against my better judgment, I opened it. It was her. I know you block me everywhere, but I have to tell you something. I am pregnant. My stomach dropped. I stared at the message for a good minute, then did the math. We had not been intimate for almost 2 months, not since early July. We were now in late September. I replied from a friend's phone. How many weeks? 8 weeks. That would put conception around late July or early August. right when she started pulling away from me, right when the inappropriate relationship was in full swing. I called Marcus immediately, stepped into the backyard where it was quiet. She just told me she is pregnant. Is it yours? Impossible. We have not been together for 2 months. The timing does not add up. Then, it is probably his. Derek, that is what I think. That complicates things. If she tries to claim it as yours, we will need a paternity test. But that will not happen until the baby is born. Can she use that to delay the divorce? She might try, but pregnancy does not stop divorce proceedings. We keep moving forward. I thanked him and hung up. Back inside, Tyler noticed my face. What happened? She says she is pregnant. His eyes widened. Is it yours? No, the timing does not add up. It must be Derek, man. That is crazy. Yeah. Hannah shook her head. She is going to try to use that baby to manipulate you. Do not fall for it. I will not. But a part of me felt something. Not jealousy, not anger, more like finality. She had moved on so much that she was having someone else's child. There was no going back. Not that I wanted to, but it highlighted just how over we were. Saturday morning, I got another message from her number. We need to talk about the baby. That changes everything. I replied, no, it changes nothing. You are having Derek's child. That is between the two of you. It has nothing to do with me. How do you know it is not yours? Because I know how to count, and because we both know the truth. Stop trying to manipulate me. I am not manipulating you. I am trying to save our marriage. Our marriage ended when you got on that plane to New York City. The baby just confirms that you moved on. Enjoy your new life. I blocked that number too. Sunday, I went for a long drive, needing to clear my head. Ended up by a lake about an hour from the city. Sat on a bench, looking at the water, thinking about everything that had happened. 5 years of marriage, gone, job lost, apartment gone, pregnant wife with another man's child. It should have hurt more than it did. But honestly, I felt free. No more wondering where she was. No more checking my phone waiting for bad news. No more walking on eggshells, worrying about her mood. Just me living my life on my terms. My phone buzzed. Message from Kevin. Heard through the grapevine what you are going through. If you need more time off or anything, let me know. You do a good job, and we support you. I replied thanks. It was strange. People I barely knew were more supportive than my own wife had been. It made me realize how isolated I had become in the marriage, how much I had given up trying to make her happy. That evening, I stopped at a bar near my new place, ordered a drink. Sat at the counter. The bartender, an older guy named Hank, made conversation. You look like you have something on your mind. Getting a divorce. Rough. Could be worse. That is the spirit. My ex-wife took the house, the car, and the dog. I got the debts and a studio apartment. But you know what? Best thing that happened to me. Yeah. Sometimes you do not realize the weight you carry until it is gone. Give it 6 months, you will see. I hoped he was right. By the time I got home, it was late. I crashed on my couch, turned on a random show, and fell asleep. For the first time in months, I did not have a nightmare, did not wake up in a panic, just slept, and it felt like progress. 2 weeks passed. The divorce was moving forward. Marcus said we would have a court date soon, probably in a month. In the meantime, life went on. I heard through mutual friends that she had moved in with her parents. Robert and Elizabeth were not thrilled. Having their adult daughter back home, unemployed and pregnant with someone else's child while she was still married to me, not exactly the life they had imagined for her. Derek had disappeared. Someone told me he had moved to another state, taken a job in Texas or New Mexico, something like that. Fled the mess he had helped create. Typical. Meanwhile, her social circle was falling apart. Jenna stopped talking to her after finding out she had used her name in the New York City lie. Haley did the same. Melissa wanted nothing more to do with her. The people she thought were friends turned out to be co-workers who did not appreciate being lied to. I ran into Jenna in a coffee shop one morning. She saw me and approached. I owe you an apology, she said. Why? I defended her at first, thought maybe you were too harsh. Then I learned she had dragged my name into her lies, used me as cover for her situation. I feel stupid. You did not know anyway. I am sorry. Work was going well. The Riverside project was on time. Kevin had put me in charge of training a new guy, showing him the ropes, normal, productive stuff. It felt good to focus on something that made sense. One evening, I got a Facebook message from her cousin, Vanessa. We had always gotten along well. Hey, Just checking in. Heard about everything. Sorry you are going through this. Thanks. I am managing. She is not doing well. The parents worry about her. That is a shame. Do you think there is a chance you two could work things out? No. Zero chance. She is really sorry. She cries every day. She should have thought about that before getting on a plane to New York City with her coworker. Vanessa did not reply after that. The hearing arrived faster than expected. Early November, cold. Tuesday morning, I met Marcus at the courthouse. She was there with her lawyer, a guy in an expensive suit that her parents had probably paid for. We sat in different sections without making eye contact. The judge reviewed the file, asked a few questions. Her lawyer tried to paint me as unreasonable, unwilling to work on the marriage. Marcus quickly shut that down with the evidence. Messages, hotel receipts. Everything. The judge was not impressed. Infidelity is a ground for divorce. I grant the petition. Assets will be divided according to state law. No spousal support awarded. Case closed. Her lawyer tried to object, but the judge was done. The whole thing took maybe 20 minutes. Outside the courtroom, she tried to approach me. Her lawyer stopped her. Do not do that, he said. It is over. She looked at me one last time. I said nothing. Just walked to my truck and drove away. Marcus called me that afternoon. Congratulations, you are officially divorced. Thanks for everything. No problem. You had a solid case, made my job easy. I hung up and sat in my apartment for a while, thinking about what came next. The answer was simple. Whatever I wanted, no more lies, no more drama. Just moving forward. That evening, Tyler and Hannah took me out to celebrate. We went to a steakhouse, ate well, laughed at stupid stuff. Normal life. You look different, Hannah said. Lighter. I feel lighter. Good. You deserve to be happy. I raised my glass to the new beginning. They clinked theirs against mine, and for the first time in a long time, I believed it. 3 months after the divorce, I was settling into a routine. Work was going well. I got a promotion, actually, supervisor position with a decent raise. Kevin said I deserved it. The apartment felt like home. Now, I had bought new furniture, hung some pictures, made it mine. I heard she had the baby, a boy. Derek came back for the birth. Apparently, whether they stayed together, I do not know and do not care. That chapter of my life was closed. One Saturday in February, I was at the supermarket when I saw her. She was in the produce section, looking tired. The baby was in a baby carrier strapped to her chest. She saw me and froze. I nodded, kept walking. Not interested in the conversation, but she followed me to the checkout line. Can we talk just for a minute? I sighed. What do you want? I wanted to say I am sorry. For everything. I destroyed something good and I regret it every day. Okay, is that it? Just okay? What do you want me to say? That I forgive you? I do not. That we can be friends? We cannot. It is over. I know. I just wanted you to know that I realized what I lost. You lost nothing. You threw it away. There is a difference. She looked down at the baby. It is not Derek's, as you know. Derek left when I was 6 months along. Could not handle it. Not my problem. I live with my parents, work part-time at a call center. This is not the life I wanted. Then you should not have crossed those lines. She started crying. A few people in line took a look. I did not care. I am not trying to upset you, I said. But I am not going to comfort you either. You made your choices, now you live with them. I paid for my groceries and walked out. Drove home, unpacked, prepared dinner. Normal Saturday. That evening, Tyler called, wanted a drink. Yeah, actually, yes. We met up at a downtown bar, talked about work, sports, nothing heavy. At one point, he asked if I ever regretted it. Regret what? The divorce. Leaving. Not even once. Best decision of my life. Good. You look happier now than during the whole time you were married. He was right. The weight I had carried for years was gone. I could breathe again. A few weeks later, I started dating someone, Sydney, a project manager from another company that I had met at a conference. Nothing serious yet, just getting to know each other. But it felt good, easy, no games, no lies. She asked me about my ex once. I told her the short version. That is hard, but you handled it well. I did what I had to do. Most people would have tried to fix it. Stayed miserable. Not me. Life is too short. Looking back now, I regret nothing. Not marrying her, not trusting her, not even the pain of the divorce. It taught me something valuable. Know your worth, set boundaries. And when someone shows you who they really are, believe them the first time. She wanted excitement. She got consequences. I wanted peace and I found it. End of story. Comment. Hey everyone. After sharing stories like this one, I always come back to the same quiet truth. I believe protecting your self-respect is one of the kindest things you can ever do for yourself. When someone keeps crossing your boundaries, it is okay to step back and choose your own peace instead. I have learned that real healing begins the moment you take full responsibility for your own heart. It is never about being harsh. It is simply about being gentle with the person you see in the mirror every single day. You deserve relationships that lift you up rather than leave you feeling drained. Taking time to reflect on what you truly need can quietly open the door to a much calmer life. I hope you walk away from this feeling gently inspired to set those healthy limits in your own world. Remember that choosing peace is never a loss. It is actually one of the biggest wins you will ever give yourself. And I am right here cheering you on as you build something better and more honest for your future. If you like the stories, don't forget to leave a comment and support the channel by subscribing. See you in the upcoming stories.